I've been watching these Chinese larger hand chuck gliders on eBay and Amazon for a while, looking to do a potential RC conversion to one. The two I've been looking at are called the FX706 and the FX707. I've just been checking the prices every now and then, just kind of curious. And then the other day, I did a search for the FX707, and I noticed they had one called the FX707S with an S at the end. So I clicked that eBay link and took a look at the pictures there, and I noticed that the glider is now RC convertible. So I picked up one of those, and it just arrived. Box is a little bit smashed, so we'll see what's inside there. Turns out, I mean, I don't see FX707 anywhere on here, but that is the glider. I think that's in the eBay link. We got just a whole bunch of gibberish on here. So it's called the not the FX707S, but on the box they call it the Ninco Air Super Glider. All right, so let's see what we got. Let's take everything out of here. And we'll check it out once we get out of the box. Got some decals. Albatross glider. Oh, see, there's FX707. There's no S, but I can tell by some of the features here that is the this is the S model. So here we got some wings. Looking good, no damage. Got the horizontal. So you can see it's fixed. You can cut it and then add your servo horns and stuff. Vertical stabilizer. Got some little teeth thing there. And that's it for the box. So the canopy comes off, so that's nice, because I saw some people that got these, they had to cut the canopy off. So it looks like there's I guess we'll just start at the fuselage. It looks like there's indentations for magnets there, or maybe clips. Probably magnets though. And it locks in there pretty good, so all you really need is magnet retention. You don't have to worry about it sliding off side to side. So we got some ball bearings in there for now. We'll put the battery up there later. There's 3 molded places, but they only needed 2 in these little small ones, so they probably originally planned for 3, but maybe it was too nose heavy. So that's kind of interesting. The servo pockets are back here. Looks like those about the 3.7 gram servo size range. Oh, look at that. There's a pocket down here, and it looks like maybe if you build it as a motor glider, you could cut this open as a, excuse me, a battery compartment. Because I can feel an open space down there. And it looks like this was molded, not halves, but top and bottom. So I guess I can't see how big that space is unless I cut it open, which I'm probably not going to. I'm probably going to do this as a slope glider. So servo pockets, then there's this piece that's glued in. I can see a little metal nut in there. So that's the wing retention. Then we got some grooves going down for your push rod tubes. Then we got the tail here. Okay, so let's see how, oh, well, yeah, it's going to go on here. Whoops, missing a piece, so that'll go there. But let's keep looking at this. What could these slots be for? Maybe part of the molding process. I'm not sure if those have a use or a purpose. So this one's probably for maybe if you're going to add a wheel, mono wheel, like a real glider. And this was probably for a spring gear. And this, I think, is just a bumper that's kind of glued on there. This is like feels like a craft foam. Like, hopefully that's not molded in or anything, because I'd probably get rid of that. That's a little bit of drag there. Stiffness. It is pretty stiff. It's not, feels like pretty dense foam. I thought it would be more like those $3 to $4 chuck gliders that you see at RC events, but yeah, it feels pretty stiff. Okay, so let's see how the tail goes on here. It looks like it's just going to stack, so there's two little clippies there. So it looks like those will go in, and then it'll go forward, and then two screws, and then the vertical. It's looking like that'll go in, and either tape or glue maybe, unless it snaps in. Yeah, looks like there's some kind of missing foam in the hinge, so I'll probably have to hinge this rudder. The rudder is kind of small, and I think they kind of had to make these control surfaces that way so it could be convertible, because if you molded it all the way up, then you wouldn't have any spot to up here to keep it from flexing. So we got a molded spot there for a horn, control horn. Same here. There's a carbon fiber rod in there, or a tube it looks like. Yeah, it's a carbon tube in there. There's the wings. I forget the wingspan, but it's probably 38 inches maybe. So there's a carbon tube in there. Looks like we have a joiner tube right here. And got a groove here. I don't know why it goes the full length. Now this is for the servo lead here. So this groove is maybe for additional carbon stiffening. I'm not quite sure. I think these here are for if you do a twin tractor puller, have, you know, two motors pulling. So I don't know if there's a special motor pod that the designer made or what, but so that's probably what those are for. Three screws there maybe, and you can turn it into a puller. So yeah, it looks like another 3.7 gram servo or whatever size. You know, that's a small one. It's not a mini. It's smaller than that, but so you got to free that up. It'll be interesting to see how this thing rolls, since ideally you want your ailerons out here, but because of the dihedral, it's kind of, you know, this control surface here would not really work. Let's see if a little bit of a slight flex in that, hopefully not too much of an issue. Let's see what else we got in the bag. I think this would be like called the wing saddle. It's a joiner. That's right, there's nothing to slide it to. I can put them together right now. Yep. Squeeze this together nice. And there's a tab in the front. That's a nice snug fit. A little bit of flap to the wings, probably run carbon fiber or at least packing tape, reinforced packing tape. And since you want to probably see what it looks like together, we'll do the tail temporarily here. Wonder what that's for. Oh, maybe I'll figure it out. Is that for the servos maybe? That might be for the servo cover to hold the servos in, not quite sure. Let's slid forward nice. And I guess you put your screws in right now, and I'm gonna guess glue for this piece. Got a little piece of cement blocking that groove there. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh, did I damage that? Oh well, it's going to get beat up a lot worse on the slope. It's a nice size little glider, so I'll put some screws in it and we'll go check it and then start cutting stuff and making it RC. Gotta get past the goose nest. A little bit tail heavy. Let's try that. Oof. Oh, the weight stayed in place. There we go. It's not too bad. That twisted wing might cause a little bit of an issue, so RC will take care of that once I can trim it out. Okay, let's go to work on it.